Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Happy Friday to you. Hello, hello. Greetings to you from Dubai. Where in the world are you? Not my normal time. It's 12:30. So a little bit of a different time. Normally I'm here with you at 12, but was juggling some meetings today, but really happy to be talking to you now. How are you doing? Greetings to you. Welcome, welcome. Do say hello, give me a thumbs up, give me a wave, let me know where in the world you are joining from. How is your business? How is your family? How is your team? Do say hello. Thank you so much for joining. Nice to see you. So how is your November going? 11th or is it 12th today? 12th of November. How are you doing? We are back in Dubai after a great trip to Egypt. It was a really good combination of work and also exploring. Had some client meetings out there, and also managed to explore a bit of the culture, which was fantastic. We absolutely love Egypt. No diving this time, but it was really nice to get out and about. No idea how we managed not to get COVID. No idea how that worked. People not wearing masks, and just completely random. But we're safe and well, so I'm back in Dubai. I hope that you are safe and well wherever you are. Do let me know where you are watching from. I do love to travel, but it is also really great to be home. It's clean and everything works, and I can eat my own food and I can go to my gym, and it's lovely. So love to travel, but also great to be back home. So tell me, how are you doing? How has your week been? What have you been working on? Has it been a good one? What have you achieved this week? What are you proud of? Don't forget to look out for those little things. It's not all about the results, it's also about those little pieces of evidence that let you know you are on the right track. So what has happened? Do put it in the comments. Let me know how you've been and what's been happening to you this week. Thank you to all of you who have been referring friends and colleagues to me. I really appreciate it. I continue to get referrals for coaching, for workshops, etc. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, lots of new joiners to this community. Welcome to each and every one of you. I am really passionate about serving you and giving you lots of great value, not just in these weekly lives from wherever I happen to be in the world, but also in our Ask Me Anything slots, which are at 3 p.m. UK time every Monday. So do feel free to post your questions or challenges into this group. Let me know where you're stuck or what questions you have. I really hope that you and your business are thriving, but do you know what? If you're not, then that really is okay. Please do let me know what support you need. I want you to know that you are not alone on your journey. Okay, enough chit chat. Welcome to my weekly live every Friday, UK time, usually 12 noon, 12:30 today, where we talk about how you can simplify, grow and enjoy your business. Whether you're just starting out or you're several years in, whether you want to build a nice lifestyle business or you're chasing world domination, I am here to support your journey. Last time we were looking at remote working, we looked at some of the changes that I've been seeing in the way that we're working together and that my clients are noticing with their teams, and some of those changes that we see in the world, not just in the UK, but across many different countries. And it's interesting, I'll be keeping a close eye. It's something that I'm very interested in, like how we work and how we manage people remotely. So I was also sharing my top 10 tips for working and managing remotely, and lots more on that to come, because I think that as much as people want to go back to the way things were before, I think that the way that we view work and management and teams has fundamentally changed, and I will be continuing to update you on my thoughts on that topic. It's really something that's close to my heart, and is going to be key to all of you when you're building teams and scaling businesses. If you didn't get a chance to join me last time, you can find a recording in this group. All of my lives are organised into guides. We have a Simplify Your Business, Grow Your Business and Enjoy Your Business. And of course I want all three of those for you, but you will know which one is needed for you most right now in terms of where you and your business are. So do check out the guides in this group. So let me know, where are you stuck? What questions do you have? What challenges are you facing? Before I get started with today's live, I just want to remind you of something that's really important and really fundamental. And you may already know this, but it's always worth a little bit of a reminder. So when you're feeling great, when you're feeling confident, when everything is going your way, that is when you look ahead and plan. That is when you tweak. That is when you refine. That's when you test out new ideas. But on those days when you are having a tough time, and we all get them, right? You are not alone. We all have those difficult days. On those days, it's head down and focus on what you can get done. Don't ask yourself too many questions. Don't lift your head up too high. Don't look too far ahead, and don't try and plan. If today is too much, then how about just this afternoon? What can you achieve in the next hour or two? As soon as you start doing something, as soon as you start getting moving, you will feel better. But don't give yourself a hard time if you're having a difficult day. As I say, we all have them. Trust yourself, okay? And reach out if you need some support. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so today's live is really at the core of all of my work as a business coach. My mission is to help you build businesses that work for you. And this week, it's all about getting into your flow. So have you ever really thought about how to build your business your way? Not the way that other people do it, but yours. Some activities or some people drain our energy, drain your energy, while other things completely light you up. And that will be different for each and every person. And so how do you build your business so that you spend maximum time in your flow? That's what we're going to be covering today. And as always, today's live is practical and simple. It's designed to give you some things to think about, but also some actions that you can take straight away. Today, I'm going to talk about what I mean by flow and how you can leverage it to build a business that works for you. Sound good? Let's get started then, shall we? So in my TEDx talk that I gave back in December 2019, goodness, almost 2 years ago, I talked about people becoming overwhelmed with their business. I also talked about the importance of being in your flow. As I say, it's a really fundamental thing for me that I work with my clients on. It's really at the heart of most of what I do. And in that TEDx talk, I discussed 3 simple steps that you can take to fall back in love with your business. Number 1, figure out what you're good at, why you really started your business, what really puts you in your flow. Number 2, separate out the tasks that you should be doing, those things that light you up, those things that you enjoy, those things that you're good at. Separate those things from all of the things that you could be doing, because you're a very capable individual, right? So you could be doing many, many, many things, but what are the things that your business really needs you to be doing? And number 3, find the right people to delegate all of those things to that you really don't want to be doing. Sounds very simple, right? So how do we get started with this? How does this really work in practice? So starting a business usually stems from something that you're passionate about, of course, but bringing your dreams to life can be a nightmare with the wrong business plan or the wrong systems in place. What we don't want, and what I see a lot, is you becoming overwhelmed or falling out of love with your business. And as I say, I see a lot of people who start out with all the best intentions and then just get completely overwhelmed and fall out of love with their business, just fall out of love with what they're doing. And that is such a shame. It breaks my heart. We don't want you feeling guilty for taking time off or for doing things your way. We want you in your flow, in your zone of genius, where things are just happening naturally and easily, and you're enjoying it, and it's just easy. It doesn't even feel like work, it just feels easy, and you're enjoying yourself. So when we talk about flow, what we mean is your natural energies, those energies that we all have inside ourselves, and what comes really naturally to you. So if you think about maybe how you were as a child, and maybe think about those things that you got into trouble for at school. Maybe you talked too much. Maybe you were too busy getting on with things that you didn't listen. So think about as a child how you were. That's what your natural energy is, like who you you are before you put on that mask that we all develop as teenagers and into adulthood. We all have different amounts of each of these energies. There are 4 of them, and they determine very much how we see the world. They're effectively like the spectacles through which we see the world. Also, how we interact with other people is determined by these energies, how we make decisions, and ultimately what kind of businesses we build. And that is why really I'm talking to you about this, because looking at somebody else and saying, I should, there's that word, I should be building my business in that way, that's the way to be successful. They're different than you, they're wired differently than you. You've got to figure out what kind of business is going to work for you, and you've got to figure out how to build a business in your way. And that is what I'm here to help you with. So I'm going to just quickly talk to you about these 4 energies. So think about, as I go through, just think about think about these 4 energies and how they play out in you and your personality and your drivers. We've all got some of each of these 4, but in different quantities, of course. So there is the activating energy, which is full of ideas and drive and ego and innovation, head in the clouds and always looking to the future, always wanting to move. It's a very restless energy. This energy likes change, it likes taking risk, and it's always looking to mix things up. And you very much need this energy to start a business. I've got lots of this energy. I'm waving my hands around. It's very energetic. So it's really a driving energy. And then the counterbalancing energy to that is sustaining energy, which is much more grounded. It's grounded in the here and now. It has a focus on balance and avoiding conflict. This is much more of a reflective energy, and we need this energy in order to bring consistency to our businesses. Now, many entrepreneurs don't have a lot of this energy, and so we need this in our teams. Whether you have employees or you have contractors that you work with, no entrepreneur is truly on their own in their business, and you need this sustaining energy to bring consistency into your business whilst you're off with your head in the clouds and coming up with new products and ideas every 5 minutes, if you've got lots of activating energy. Then we have the classic sort of introvert extrovert, right? So introverts, extroverts, a lot of people get this wrong, or they misunderstand this, and I certainly did early on in my career. I misunderstood this. A lot of people think that being extroverted is about being loud and chatty and confident, and it is. A lot of extroverts are loud and chatty and confident. I used to think that I was an extrovert, but actually this inspiring energy, which is the extroverted energy, is actually all about people. It's about collaboration. It's about engaging and connecting with other people. It's not necessarily about being chatty and loud and confident. It's not necessarily about that. Sometimes it is, but this is about achieving through other people and with other people. So these people, if you have a lot of inspiring energy, you will have found the lockdowns particularly difficult. All of the energies have struggled with, we've all struggled with the lockdowns in some way or other, but if you've got a lot of inspiring energy, not being able to connect with other people will have been really painful for you. We need this energy to bring team members on board, to manage our customers and engage with investors. So again, we need a lot of this energy. And so if you don't have a lot of that energy, you'll need to find somebody in your team to bring in to help you with that aspect of your business. And last but by no means least, then we've got this refining energy, which is the introverted energy. And this is all about a focus on getting things done. This is about structure, this is about facts, this is about numbers. And we need this energy to build systems and processes so that we can scale and ultimately so that we can make some money from our business. Now, you need all of these 4 energies, but you will have them in different amounts. And there is no, I always get asked, is there a right or a wrong profile? There's no right or wrong profile. You are who you are, and you might as well be you because everybody else is taken, to quote the fabulous Oscar Wilde. But the point of sharing this with you is that understanding how much of each of these energies you have is really key to finding your individual flow, but also the flow of your team. And it is also really key in terms of how you build your business and what kind of business you build. If you haven't already taken the flow test, then, and you'd like to find out more, you can find all the details in the pinned post at the top of the group. This flow test helps you understand how much of all of these energies you've got, and I use it with all of my clients, and I'm so passionate about it that I offer it at cost price. It's a very low price. It's my cost price. I can't do it any cheaper than that, but I feel very passionately about offering it to all of you because it really does change the way that you see yourself and your business. It really does change the decisions that you make and the way that you grow your business. But finding your flow, it's not a static thing, which is why this word flow is so important. And if you think about flow, ebb and flow, and it's a constant process of trying different things and finding out what works for you. Not, if you think about, it always makes me laugh, these things, fad diets, for example, and everyone's like, oh, what diet did you use? Or, people are always trying out, oh, well, if it worked for that person, it will work for me. You've got to find out what works for you. You've got to find out what every body is different, every business is different, every entrepreneur is different. And so it's about trying different things and finding out what works. And certainly the energy flow test can help you fast track that and give you some ideas about how to do that. It absolutely comes from looking at what you're spending your time and your focus on, because that will also show you where your energy is being used. It comes from understanding where you get your energy from and what drains it. And what I always say to people is, if you get to the end of every single day and you are completely exhausted, probably means that you are spending too much of your time outside of your flow. Now, I'm sure you're a busy entrepreneur, you're running a business, maybe you're also running a family and a household, but it isn't normal to be completely exhausted, like that, drained at the end of every day. And that is an indication that you are out of flow. So if that is you, please do reach out. Let's help get you into your flow a bit more. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that this is easy, because it really isn't. If you're not naturally a numbers person and the thought of crunching through a spreadsheet is your idea of torture, then nothing that anybody else tells you is going to change that, right? And if the idea of picking up the phone to a complete stranger fills you with dread, then that is your reality. But this brings me to a really fundamental truth. You actually only have one option, and that is to do things your way. And this is what I say every week. You've got to do it your way. But it is human nature to be curious about other people, and it's quite natural to compare ourselves to other people. It's the way that we learn. Of course, as babies, we mimic what we see, and then as children, we look at older children and our parents, kind of indicators on how we should behave or how to do something that we don't know what to do, don't know how to do. So that's how we learn. Yeah. So it is completely normal to compare ourselves to other people, but my observation is that something seems to get lost in translation, particularly as we grow into adults and we start adhering to those social norms. Instead of looking at something and asking ourselves, how do I do that in my way? We are much more likely to try and copy something exactly and then beat ourselves up for not being able to do it as well as the other person, even though the other person is going to be wired differently than us, that has different strengths and weaknesses than us, has different experiences and skills. The truth is that the person you are looking at and comparing yourself to is different than you. They are wired differently, they have different perspectives and experiences than you. One last thing, do please understand that your wiring or your preferences are not the same as your capabilities. You are extremely capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You just need to do it in a way that works for you. Ultimately, to grow a business, you're going to want to build a small or maybe big team around you so that you spend all of your time in your flow. That is the goal here. But until you get there, you need to focus on doing things in a way that's not going to drain your energy. So it would be great to have all of these people to delegate to. And maybe you're in that lucky position. Fantastic, fantastic. But I want you to ask yourself, how much of my time am I actually spending in my flow? There are ways to make it easier for yourself. So what do you think? What's resonating most with you? What questions do you have about getting into your flow? Do let me know in the comments. What's your next life? What's your next life? What's your next step in life, in business? What do you need to make you feel more confident? Did you see my email this morning about confidence? If you're not already on my email list, do get yourself on that pinned post at the top of the group. Every Friday morning, there is an email with some top tips. Do book in a clarity call with me and let's get you moving past whatever is blocking your progress and on to that next challenge. Before I close up for today, I want to give you some next steps, some really concrete things that I suggest you do as a result of today's live. First, have a look at your to-do list, and especially those things that maybe you've been putting off for a while. What's on your to-do list and what are those things that you're putting off? Next, think about how you might do them in a way that would work better for you. Make them more interesting, make them less daunting, make them more fun, less draining. And thirdly, you know what's coming, take some action, implement, get them done, but in your way. Please do let me know how you get on with this and do get in touch. If you need any support or you want to talk it through with me, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. You can absolutely do this. Okay, I am going to close today's live. I'm mixing up all of my words today. I am going to close today's live with 2 quotes about getting into your flow. The first one is from the American author Neale Donald Walsch. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone, and I couldn't agree more. And the second one is from the British-Turkish novelist Elif Shafak. Elif Shafak. Don't go with the flow, be the flow. Don't go with the flow, be the flow. So what is your truth? What puts you in your flow? How would you be the flow? Are you ready to face what needs to happen in your business? Let's get you in the driving seat of your business and building intentionally towards what you want. Decide what's really important to you and to your business and stick to it consistently. Building a business is really tough. It can be a really long, hard road. Make sure that you are building something that is meaningful to you, that will sustain you through the tough times. Be intentional, say no to those things that don't serve you and the goal that you want to achieve. And as I pass back over to you, that is really what I want you to take away from today. What is the outcome that you seek? What is the result? What is the goal? Put your energy into getting really clear about that. But allow yourself to do things your way. Yes, by all means, learn from me, learn from others. But when you synthesize all of that learning, when you bring it inside of you, what comes out must work for you. It must be congruent with you and who you are. You need to build your business in your way, and you need to build the type of business that's going to work for you. If you want to build a huge multinational conglomerate, fantastic, go for it. Get in touch, let me help you. But if you just want to do your thing, that's okay as well, and I'm here to help you and support you as well. Focus on listening to yourself and ask yourself, what do you need so that you can spend more of your time in your flow? And don't forget that the opposite of flow is friction. So if things aren't really working, then take a step back and focus on getting some clarity. Get some objective input, hire the services of a business coach, take some time to look at what you're doing and where an easier path would start from and lead to. Ask yourself, what would a business that really works for me look like? Let me know your thoughts and questions on this or any other topic relating to how to simplify, grow and enjoy your business. Do let me know what area of business you would like me to speak about next. Also, who do you know who could benefit from joining this community or having a conversation with me? If you haven't already claimed your free copy of my first book, The Real Entrepreneur, go to therealentrepreneurbook.com. If you prefer an Audible or a Kindle version, you can find those on Amazon. Do check out the energy section of my book for more on getting into your flow. Get the foundations right and you can build from there. I do hope that you have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing and whoever you're doing it with. I wish you a happy and peaceful time. And as always, if you want to talk, you know where I am. Please remember to be where you are in the journey. You don't need to know it all, and you definitely don't have to do it all. And please be kind to yourself. Take care, stay safe, and keep in touch. Bye for now. Have a lovely weekend.